He needs
Or
to
like
drop
his Christmas one.
Yeah, did you see that in the varsity shot? Yeah, he needs to drop a Christmas
That's
song.
what I said.
Did you see the song though?
Him
and Jace Evans are making a song.
Really? It's gonna be crazy.
Jace Evans' ad-libs are so
check
dog.
out Connor Joseph on SoundCloud. He just dropped the Halloween album, and he should be dropping a Christmas one if this gets enough attention.
Heck
so,
yeah!
Everybody go tweet, go post on your Instagram, your Snapchat. Let Connor Joseph know that we want more music.
For real. Need some around Christmas time.
We need some country Christmas.
Hello everybody and welcome back to On the Clock. Today we have a loaded episode with a ton of NBA, NFL, and NCAA action. First up, probably the biggest upset of the year so far, the Jets pulled off a big one against the Bills. Scotty, did you catch any of the game?
Oh yeah, the Jets are dogs. 6-3 now. Zach Wilson looking like really facilitating this team well. With the loss of Breece Hall a few weeks ago, didn't know if this offense would be as explosive, and they came out. I think they're more of a defensive-minded team this past few weeks, kind of. Their coach, Robert Saleh, a defensive guy, came over from the 49ers. I think he's really just rebuilding around this defense now with a key piece in Sauce Gardner and just some other key pieces around him. Huge win over the Bills.
Yeah, no, like you're saying, that defense, that's when you get into the late December, early January games. That's what's going to win you games.
Oh, yeah,
and so
sure.
I think that's going to help them down the road. And I do see them as a true playoff contender.
They definitely can make
Jace,
it.
did you have any thoughts on the Bills? Did they struggle? I didn't catch the game. Did they pass the ball?
It was just Bills. I mean, you could tell after the game and the post game, Josh Allen was interviewed. And he said he played like crap and he just didn't do much. Like he said, this loss was on him, and I mean, he said there's stuff to learn from, stuff to grow on, and just hopefully to come back. But I mean, the Bills losing helps KC out a lot.
Yeah,
now that they won.
They still have the 1 seed.
Yeah.
But the 2 and 3 seed, Kansas City and the Tennessee Titans played on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
And it was a really interesting game.
Yeah, kind of not one of Mahomes' best games.
Yeah, but he threw 68 passes.
Yeah.
Had 66% completion set.
He didn't do terrible, but it wasn't a Chiefs offense. It wasn't. It didn't seem like we didn't have as many. Yeah, we didn't have as many explosive plays. I feel like a Chiefs game normally does. I mean, with Malik only completing 5 passes, none of them. The last time a Tennessee receiver has caught the ball was in the month of October.
That's crazy.
And a Tennessee receiver has not caught the ball in the month of November, and that's just crazy. I mean, Malik, they don't really want to throw a whole lot with him, I guess. More kind of designed runs. New rookie, get him in the system.
I think he did have like 70 or 80 rushing yards.
Yeah,
as well.
He had 80.
So fantasy-wise, he was probably an okay start. He probably got you 9. Did he have a touchdown?
No,
I think he did.
I don't think
he
so.
probably got you 9 or so. Kind of talking about the Chiefs defense, they gave up less than 50 yards and 1 first down in the second half in overtime. So
That's crazy.
Everybody's talking about Mahomes' 68 passing yards and 68 passing attempts and 500 yards, and 6 rushes and 63 yards. But nobody's talking about how the defense really stepped up, and
Yeah.
I think they won us that game.
Well, because if you've seen the Chiefs defense all year, we've kind of struggled with the rushing side of the ball, and I think, I'm not saying this is great, got over 100 yards, Derrick Henry, 115 and 2 touchdowns, but like, over the past 2 weeks, he's gotten about 200 rushing yards a game, and I think they kind of slowed him down enough to win this game.
Yeah, no, he still did. He did what Derrick Henry does. He broke up a couple big ones, but I think they were able to contain him as best they could. And then another really good game. Tom Brady is now undefeated since his divorce. Tampa Bay won over, who was it? Was it the?
Was it Rams?
It was the Rams, yeah. So it was touchdown to Cade Otton with 6 seconds remaining, 6 or 8 seconds remaining, just from the goal line. You know, he drove down. It was really quick 2-minute drill, but it was a really cool game, and good for him. He's undefeated since the divorce.
A Tom Brady moment. I mean, vintage Tom Brady right there.
Yeah, so Scotty, do you want to kind of go and hit these bullet points for everybody?
Yeah, I can kind of rapid fire these. Justin Fields, big game. Thoughts?
Yeah, 123 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and then 178 rushing yards and a touchdown. So huge fantasy game out of him.
Huge game. Lions win a defensive battle against the Packers. Kind of a slow-scoring game here.
Yeah, both teams were, I think, under 20 points. It was crazy. Packers are now under 500, and the Lions got their second win of the year.
Joe Mixon, huge game, 55 fantasy points, 5 touchdowns.
I mean, he had total of 5 touchdowns. I mean, I had to play a kid that had him in a fantasy team, so I obviously lost by probably around 50 points. But, yeah, big game from him, 153 rushing yards, 22 carries.
And Patriots dominate the Colts, not even a game.
Yeah, no, they did fire their head coach. We don't have that on here. But I think everybody should know, if you're watching the show, that clip of Peyton Manning on the Colts going around yelling at his center, and the center's like, we need to run the ball. And he's like, we're going to pass the ball, you just worry about blocking. That center is now the Colts head coach. I believe his name is Jeff Saturday.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, and so kind of come full circle for him. He's never coached before. He was a high school coach for 1 year. So this is going to be interesting. I hope the best for him. Because that clip's hilarious, and he's an offensive lineman, so hope he does well.
That's it for rapid fire.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna move it over into our NCAA stuff. KU, first time since 2009, is going to a bowl game. How big is that for your fan base, Jace?
Going bowling. I mean, Devin Neal. I mean, just big game out of him. He had a game, 32 carries, 224 yards. And Bean also had a game, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 93 rushing yards, and a TD. He also had like a 60-yard. That TD was like a 60-yard rushing one. It was Bean time. I mean, everyone on our team stepped up. Our defense was good all around the game. I mean, we didn't allow points till second quarter. I mean, so it was a good game all around. Glad to see KU being successful in basketball and football. So.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to get to this after I talk about K-State. But KU could be in a position to get a pretty solid bowl. I had nothing to do for a couple of hours yesterday, and so I decided to kind of look at how the Big 12 will shake out, and we'll get to that in a minute. So K-State came up short against Texas, but I don't believe that loss was completely on Adrian Martinez like a lot of people are saying. He played well. He had 329 passing yards and 2 touchdowns for kind of a run-first quarterback. The pick that he threw wasn't great. He had Deuce open in the flats, but he was trying to push the ball down the field with 1.5 minutes left. But let's talk about the last 2 drives. So it's just over 10 minutes left. Adrian Martinez and the K-State offense comes to the field. 1st and 10 from the 25. Adrian escapes the pocket with a nasty pump fake and connects to Phillip Brooks for a first down. The drive lasts 6 minutes and ends up with a field goal. K-State gets the ball back with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Then the first fumble happens. He was trying to make a winning play by escaping the collapsing pocket to extend the play, but luckily the ball was able to roll out of bounds and extend the drive. A few plays later, it's 4th and 7 from the 50. We're out of field goal range, and field goal wouldn't do us any good. Adrian again is able to extend the play and pick up the first down. 1st and 10, like he's done all night. Martinez again tries to extend the play by stepping up in the pocket to get away from multiple Texas defenders. Well, just watch the clip and you'll see what I'm talking about. So like I said, I don't think the loss is completely on him. The defense can't give up 21 points in 20 minutes. But it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. We still could clinch the 2 seed and make it to the championship game.
Yeah.
And then LSU stuns Bama.
Love that. Love seeing LSU win that game.
Yeah, no, that could play huge into TCU making it to the
I was gonna say they could get 4. Are they 4 now? Right now?
They're 4.
Yeah,
Are they
TCU
4?
is 4.
I was gonna say I thought so. That's huge for them. They got Tennessee right behind them, which could hurt if Tennessee wins out of that SEC. But I think, say Tennessee loses to Bama or Georgia, I don't think they get it. I think they'll stay at 5 or lower, and I think TCU, if they say they do win the Big 12, I think they'll get that 4 seed.
Yeah, especially if they win out. So I'm going to throw the graphics up on the screen here. But this is if hypothetically TCU wins out and the games go how I think they're going to go. So TCU would obviously win out and be 9-0. Texas, who is currently the number 2 seed, would win against or would lose against TCU, win against KU, win against Baylor, they would be tied for the 3rd seed. K-State, I believe, can beat Baylor, beat West Virginia, and obviously beat KU. So that would put us at 7-2, putting us at the 2 seed. Baylor, who's currently tied for the 2 seed, would lose to K-State, lose to TCU, lose to Texas. 4 and 5, they would finish 5th. So through KU in here, they would win against Tech, lose against Texas, lose against K-State, 4 and 5, tied for 5th. So how that would shake out would mean that TCU would obviously go to playoffs.
Yeah.
K-State would go to the Sugar Bowl. And Oklahoma State would have the tiebreaker over Texas because they would also finish 6 and 3, and so they would go to the Alamo Bowl. So I think KU could make a pretty good bowl.
I think they will.
Yeah,
That's good for the franchise. I mean, that's cool that they're not just they're getting in a bowl, they're getting in a pretty good bowl.
So we're gonna go to commercial real quick, and then we're gonna be back with a whole bunch of basketball talk.
The Rose Hill Vet Clinic is a clinic that offers pet exams, adoptions, and other pet services. You can find them at 110 North Rose Hill Road. They are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays and closed on Saturdays and Sundays. You can contact them at 316-776-0040. They are locally owned and have been in business since 1982.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're gonna get into some NCAA action here. Play started last night. So, how did WSU fare against Central Arkansas?
So my team, WSU, everyone has some easy games this first week. I got Central Arkansas, won 79-55 with one of our few returners coming back this year, Craig Porter Jr. dropping 22. Love to see it. And a guy I just like on the team, Kenny Poto. He's a second-year player, 7-footer. Kind of our main big this year. He's a shooter, and the thing he needs to work on is kind of staying physical on the team, but I think WSU looked pretty solid last night, and hopefully we fare well against these AAC teams like Houston.
So how did KU look last night? I know it was Grady Dick's debut. For those of you that don't know, we played against Grady Dick his freshman and sophomore year. He went to Collegiate. We had to Rose Hill. So yeah, how did KU play?
KU played really well against Omaha. Omaha being a baseball school, I mean, their basketball team held their own. I mean, it was a pretty good game all throughout. A couple good clips that we might have for KU, but I mean, Grady Dick, for his debut, he went off. Same with Wilson. Wilson had a double-double. He had 19, and Dick had 23. So I mean, it was a good debut for Dick, and hopefully he's not one and done, maybe 2 and through, like Dawson would say. But hopefully, it was a good game. Now we're on to Duke.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't be Duke.
K-State played against Texas Rio Grande Valley, and K-State's really a different team than KU. We don't have one and done, 2 and throughs. We really build our players and we use all their eligibility. So that being said, we had 6 players put up 10 points last night. I think that's kind of how the Jerome Tang era is going to go. It's going to be a team game like basketball should be played. You don't have any what's your guys, Craig Porter Jr. and Grady Dix carrying the team. It's a team game, and so with Jerome Tang, I believe he can lead us to the promised land of a national championship.
What about Nigel Pack?
Nigel Pack, did he leave? Is he there?
No, exactly, buddy.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Marquise Noel. Yeah, he had 14.
Nobody.
So we'll move over to some NBA before I keep getting flamed over here. So fantasy basketball check-in. I am in first place in the league. I'm a controversial 3-0. I was playing Kenlon last week, the real Blake Mills. I was down by, I believe, 14 or so, which is Larry Markkinen had just finished playing, and he was what I thought was my last guy, because Bradley Beal got hurt later last week, so I had him scheduled to play my Sunday game, and he obviously couldn't play because he was hurt, and it gave him 23 points. Yeah. Well, I guess we found out if you have your player scheduled to play the last game of the week, and they don't play, they just give you his lowest scoring game from earlier in the week, so I won. I'll take it. I'm still undefeated and the best team in the league. So I got Scotty and Jace. They're tied for 2 and 3. They play this week. Scotty, you got any opening words for the fight?
Some of my players are a little injured. LaMelo, when he comes back, I mean, it's a different game for my team. But I think Fred VanVleet, the MVP of the league this year, along with Trae Young, I think those 2 guards really carry my team and bring me to hold the second place here.
They're going to bring you to the promised land.
Oh, they're going to bring me to the promise. And LaMelo coming back, I mean, it's Showtime Lakers. You can't tell me that's not the trio of Showtime, So I think I'm going to beat Jace this week, I hope, and then bring LaMelo back and go undefeated the rest of the year.
Jace, any response?
I mean, he wants to win. I'll give it to him, but like he has everyone but one player played yesterday.
Yep.
He put everyone playing on a Monday night. So I mean, he has one player, and I played one player, and he got me 17 points. So
It's
I mean,
showtime.
it was a good game, but I mean, I still have half my roster or more than half my roster to play, and
Buddy Showtime made their appearance already.
So I would like to kind of compare this to like Cobra Kai and Miyagi. You got Cobra Kai coming out strong and
No mercy.
no mercy. You know, he's trying to get ahead and he's trying to assert his dominance from the get-go. And you got Jace over here, calm, cool and collected. He's ready to go whenever he's called upon.
oh yeah, that's Terry Silver right there.
Yeah. So
Silver bullet.
Silver bullet.
looking at this the little list here, the winner will be in a 2 or 3-way tie for second place with Team Lori Mills and Chuck Cheney's champs. Tiebreaker would be based on points, and I think right now Scotty is winning that. And then we're going to actually move into some real NBA talk here. The Bucks still haven't lost.
Solid.
I keep saying this till they lose. They're going to be 82-0. Okay.
Cavs lost last night.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
8-2 is still better than
Still good.
6-4.
Yeah.
6-5 probably at this point. But I think Donovan Mitchell had a good game. I was getting notifications. The game was a later start. It started at 9:30.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, way past
30
Jace's
teams.
bedtime. But the Raptors are they still at 6-4?
6-5 now.
6-5. So I don't know if they're still a half game ahead of the Bulls or if they're tied.
They just lost the Bulls, so now they'd be 2.5.
Okay, so
it's,
okay. And then the Thunder are 4-5, or did they play last night? I feel like everybody played last night.
all 30 teams played. I don't know the outcome of the Thunder game.
All the teams played last night
but all
because of
30
the
played.
election day.
Oh,
today.
okay. And then the Jazz are probably up. They're probably
they
not
won.
tied still, but they're still up there for
I think
first place
they did
in the
win.
West.
They beat
So-
the Lakers, I think. I think they beat the Lakers last night.
Oh wow, that's a big one.
I
Then.
think. I could be wrong there.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. So yeah, kind of a mismatched NBA section here. So we're going to go to commercial. We had a draft plan, but it just doesn't seem like we have time today. So we will do the Thanksgiving foods draft next week. So we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be back with the end of fall sports.
Rosehill Family Dentistry is a dentist office located on 106 East Yeager Street. They're open Monday through Friday, typically from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Their passion is to make sure their patients are happy, healthy, and able to achieve a confident, amazing smile. They care for all ages, ranging from toddlers to even great-great-grandparents. You can contact them at 316-776-2144.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Fall sports have officially wrapped up. This week is dead week, so no using school gyms. They can't be open gyms. But the ending of the football season was Friday. The Rose Hill football team traveled to the 1 seed Wamego this past Friday. The Rockets fought hard but came up short, losing 34-8. The Rockets finished 4-6 and won their second playoff game in the last 3 years.
Winter sports are, like Dawson said, they're starting upcoming this upcoming Monday. So if you haven't already, turn in your physicals and waivers to get ready to play wrestling, basketball,
Swim.
swim, anything.
Yeah, and then if you played a fall sport like the three of us did, you're good. You don't need to turn them in.
Yep.
All right, everybody, thank you for watching, and we'll be back on Friday with a podcast.